everyone, my name is Gabby, and today is basically, you could call this the next installment in the Gabby goes and shows you really weird stuff that she randomly bought that came from Japan. And today we're going to be talking about the digest editions of the Dragon Ball manga. If you've been following a lot of the Dragon Ball merchandising train that's been going around, especially since for like the 30th anniversary of Dragon Ball, you might have heard about these digest editions. They're basically just a new print of the Dragon Ball manga in Japanese, and the aim of them is the thing that makes them different from other re-releases of the Dragon Ball manga is it attempts to sort of make it as authentic as it is to the original chapters as to when you got the Dragon Ball manga in Weekly Shonen Jump. That is, they're large chapters. They apparently have some of the original like advertisements and like ending scrolls and little like credit things and little things they put over the drawings to make them look more dramatic and more interesting and to kind of try to like get people's attention and hype up for the next week. And also a whole bunch of posters apparently and more supplementary material, as well as keeping all of the original color chapters that work in color all completely in color. I'm lucky enough to live very close to a Kinokuniya, which is a chain of Japanese bookstores. One of the things about Kinokuniya that's very important to me that I really like is that it does often import a lot of books from Japan, and as a result I can get a lot of these things completely like literally by going into a store and buying them and not having to like go and like buy something online and wait for shipping and stuff like that. So I saw this and I decided to splurge on it, and I have it right here. This is the first edition of the digest editions of the Dragon Ball manga. I got the first volume basically because, well, first of all, like it's kind of like coming out in weird staggered releases and stuff. So I don't even know if I'm going to I'm not going to collect all of these. So I might as well, if I'm going to get one volume, besides like say like Gohan vs. Cell, which is like, you know, one of my best favorite parts of the story, maybe I might get the digest edition of that, so I could see it in Japanese as opposed to just looking at the English translation. But besides that, I might as well get the first volume because, hey, it's the beginning of the story, you might as well. Not to mention, the first few chapters of Dragon Ball manga are known for a lot of them are in color, but also a lot of the color chapters are not in a lot of the English releases. So I feel like this is kind of the best of both worlds, just getting this, hopefully not getting like 5 gajillion more of these, but either way, this looks very interesting, and this is kind of like, I'm gonna do like sort of a, you could almost say an unboxing video, except it's not really an unboxing, it's a book, and it's just covered in a bit of like cling wrap. So I'll remove this and I'm going to give you a quick look as to what this book is and what it's like and whether it's worth the investment or not if you're a really big Dragon Ball nerd like I am. And the thing is, I actually don't know every single thing that is in this, so I'm probably going to go a bit slowly through a lot of this stuff and try and see all the weird cool things that they actually have in it. This is almost like a blind unboxing, sort of, you could say, unboxing of a book. You know, this is something I just want to see, and it's something I bought, and I feel like, you know, not everyone is going to have the opportunity to look at something like this. So, you know, this is just really important. So first of all, I think let's just move this down a little bit so you guys can see a bit better when I'm actually opening this. So first thing I'm probably going to have to do is move down a bit more, like that. Probably that's for the best. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the cling wrap. So this is just my pretty bad opening of cling wrap abilities. It comes off pretty easily. But like, I mean, you know, this is not me judging it by the amount of cling wrap it has. So I've got the book here. I'll probably maybe move this back a bit, and you guys can see it a bit better. Got the book here. Now let's open it up and see. Ooh, there we go. Wow, whoa. First page. Look at that beautiful cut. Oh, is this? This is what I think it is. Okay, that is what I start off with. This beautiful little. Sorry, it's kind of hard to do this when I'm not really. Look at that. You open it up and you immediately get that. That is a nice little poster. And what's on the other side? There's something on the other side. Yeah, see, like I said, I didn't know what was going to be in here. On the other side, we get a lot of advertisements. Also for Dragon Ball Heroes. This is all Dragon Ball Heroes advertisements. So, let's close that and let's look at that. Look at that first page. Now see, the one thing that makes this different, the one thing you can immediately see that immediately makes this stand out is, see this, all these this text on the side, that is not normally there like in any other releases of the story, I'm pretty sure. I have no idea what it says. Also, that's text at the bottom there. This is the first thing that you saw of Dragon Ball. This is it. This is what you got. And look at that. There you go, Dragon Ball Chapter 1. Look at that beautiful color. that is apparently the original color, I think. I mean, it might not be. Look at that. Like, look. Oh, God, it's so cool. Okay, this is actually really freaking cool. So, okay, that is chapter 1. And, like, I'm gonna go to the end of the chapter 1 and see what we've got. And, yeah, Bulma in her nice little blue hair. Blue-haired Bulma. Got some. Oh, looks so good. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's so cool. And then you know that time where it's like you've got some things in full color and then some of it's in red and white. Well, here you go, goes to red and white. And you can't tell here, but when it's at the red and white, it is actually a different paper quality because I think that's what it was like in Jump. In Jump, I didn't realize this. So I guess when it is full color, it is like glossy paper. When it's this, it is like more kind of the newspaper style, but it's slightly better than Jump because you can actually read it. Oh my god, this is so cool! And look at that. Got that's the Weekly Shonen Jump logo and the pirate hat. This is a Jump thing. This is a copy. This is something that comes, or at least it is trying to come from Jump. God damn it! This is so cool. And look at that, the stuff at the top there. All these little things at the top. It does feel like you're reading this Japanese magazine and not actually, story of Dragon Ball. And that was definitely the intention of this thing. The entire thing is all still, I think this is still all chapter 1. Yeah, no, this is, because chapter 1 ends with them deciding to go on the quest, and yeah. That is the end of chapter 1 there. There we go, with Goku and saving Bulma and Bulma peeing. If you know the story of Dragon Ball, you know this very well. I see there's some stuff at the bottom there. Now let's see. What is chapter 2? That is chapter 2. Huh. Did not know it was. I thought it was originally in color, but I guess it's only limited palette there. I didn't not see. See that's the thing. I didn't know that until I look at this stuff. All right. So and then chapter 2 starts off with the limited palette, then it goes straight to black and white, and the rest of the thing is black and white. Yes, it is in black and white, and that does say bomb in onomatopoeia in English. That is Akira Toriyama's thing. He likes using English sound effects. Okay, let's skip away chapter 2 because we kind of know. I know what chapter 2 is. I think that's mostly in there. And okay, and if we go back to end of chapter 2, we've got I think it's when Goku shows a rat or something. I think no, wolf. Is that when Goku has the wolf, or is it no? It's the never mind. It's the thing with the Goku taking off Bulma's panties. Yay! That's the end of chapter 2. There you go. All right, chapter 3. We get color page again. Look at all this color stuff. See, from what I can tell, it was actually something to do with Toriyama ended up using a lot of these drawings as the Dragon Ball chapter pages, like the covers for the tankobon for like the individual copies. He used a lot of those like chapter artwork, and I think there's something to do with the pole. And yeah, so this one is all also limited color. This is all with Goku and the turtle, and it's all of it is just okay. There's something there, but I'm not going to. All right, and that chapter ends with Kame Sennin showing up, and that's the end of that chapter. Now, after this, there is something. I don't know what this is. It is cool. Some kind of info thing about. Is this about what chapters of Jump they were in? I think that might be what it is. Like, look, it's got a whole bunch of Jump things, and there's some stuff that looks like Fist of the North Star. I'm Hokuto no Ken. So it's like showing chapters of Jump. Oh my god, this is so freaking cool. Like my nerdy is going crazy. So that is what looks like it is. It is like the Dragon Ball thing has world history. It's talking about what's going on in the world when Dragon Ball is being. This is like everything I wanted. I'm so glad I got this now, and it was only $12. Okay, chapter 4, I think. This is you. Also, yeah, if you guys have the individual copies of Dragon Ball, you will recognize a lot of this artwork because he drew this stuff at the very, very beginning. Yep, so that is Kame Sennin, and he is summoning. No, there we go. Look at all that. See, like there is so much color in the first few chapters, and it's kind of surprising. I guess it's probably because it was a new series, and also I guess Akira Toriyama was already very well known from Dr. Slump. So there you go. There's the Kintoin. There it is. So cool. This is so cool. Okay, let's. If you want to see that, you don't need to see Bulma's bare booty. You can if you want. I mean, if you have early like Volume 1 of Dragon Ball, you have it. There you go. Okay, I'm going to, and that is the end of that chapter where they are stopping off at the, I think it's when they're stopping off at where Oolong is. Next chapter, there is this thing. See, I've heard stuff that apparently this is not the original, and this is actually like the original version was lost, and this was like a different thing that Toriyama did later on. Like he like remade it or something, which would explain why the shading is much more like detailed than it normally is. Like Toriyama wasn't normally this detailed with his shading back in the early 80s. Like you can just kind of tell. Like if you look at his artwork in like the early 2000s, like the ones like the Kanzenban covers, they're have a much more shading. Like even just compare it to stuff like Dragon Ball here, like it's very the colors are much more like there is lot less shading with the colors. And okay, so Oolong's thing, and it is all color until there, and then there's black and white for the rest of the chapter. All right, let's just skip. That is Oolong, and that ends in Oolong. That is just, yeah, Oolong becomes a boar, I guess. Okay, cool. Great, they are going to fight. Next chapter, it is, all right, first time we've got a black and white chapter page, but now, like, this is so cool, actually, seeing the chapter pages start, the chapter titles, before the chapter actually starts, because, like, normally, when you, like in the English versions, the chapter pages don't show up until the very end, and you just kind of compiled them. Oh, this is cool. Look at that. It just says Dragon Ball in English, with that little jump logo and a little picture of Shenlong. Okay, well we don't need to see Oolong. We can. All right, chapter ends there. Oolong, and they're going to. I don't know. The printing doesn't look very good for this. I don't know if that was intentional. Okay, it actually does look good. Like it does seem intentional. I'm gonna use my English version and compare next time. Then we go next chapter. Yamcha and Puar. Oh, so cool. Yamcha and Puar, and this is also black and white. Black and white. We don't. All right, then Yamcha and Puar. Then next chapter is they fight Yamcha and Puar. Everyone's there. Oh God, this is actually really cool. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. I'm sounding like a broken record at this point, but all right. Then that's it. Then I think the next chapter is when everyone's just kind of sitting around in the camping caravan, and Yam's trying to get Dragon Balls, and then sees Bulma naked instead, and it starts off with that chapter page. Okay. Yep, that's this one. And next chapter is I'm not sure, but there are some really nice kind of sort of almost like less sort of like cheapy. I'm not gonna say cheapy. I don't know what it is, but like much less detail in the designs. But it's really interesting. I like the little Dragon Ball blimp that they've got. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going. Let's see. That chapter ends. Next chapter. Oh, this is the introduction of Chi-Chi. So it's got the little chapter title with Chi-Chi. It's got every single one of the chapter titles, plus all that random text. Wait a second. And I think, hang on, I didn't realize this. So, see this the stuff at the bottom there? Got the Dragon Balls. I think that is saying what Dragon Balls they have and which ones they've got left to go. Which, if that is true, that is very cool. All right, let's see. Okay, then next chapter. Okay. Oh, here we go. Next chapter. Okay, this is like a thing. Now, see, I don't know exactly what this is. Okay, see, obviously it has this thing. That is the chapter title. This thing, something to do with some kind of like competition. I think what it was saying, you know how there was like all those artwork at the beginning of those chapters that were like in color? I think you had to vote for which one you liked best. And those are like how many votes they all got. I think that's what it was. I'm not sure, but I think that's what it was. And then they meet Gumao, and then they see Chi-Chi, and they're trying to get them at the Dragon Ball, and the Fire Mountain, and then they meet up with the Muten Roshi. Then they've got Muten Roshi asked to get the Bancho Fan. They have to get the Bancho Fan to take out the fire in the mountain, and that is what happens. They do that, and do you remember Baby Gamera? Guys, Baby Gamera is canon. Baby Gamera is a thing. Next chapter. Ooh, this is a cool one as well. So, next chapter, I think this is the introduction of the Kamehameha, but also look at that cool little artwork with them all on a dragon, I think. Pterodactyl? I think it's on pterodactyl. Never mind, not a dragon. Let's see, where is the Kamehameha? I'm going to show you guys that because that's cool. Oh yeah, look at that. One whole page to Master Roshi getting buff. I got wait, I said Master Roshi. Sorry guys, I'm not weeb enough for you. There we go. It's the Kamehameha. It's so cool. Oh, that is a better version. Look at that. That's Kamehameha. That is it. Next chapter. Next chapter. Then he accidentally blew up the mountain. Next chapter, they have the little Goku with some nunchuck things and the Dragon Balls, and yeah, that's basically it. Alright, and yep, they've got the Dragon Balls, and then they're on their adventure. Next chapter, that's cool. It's like just them on the sea sightseeing and stuff like that. Do 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 do. And I think this is the part where it starts, whatever it is, monster carrot hides a bunny, the thing, that bunny thing that turns people into carrots. You guys remember that, right? That was a very important part of Dragon Ball. I mean, it was in Dragon Ball. It was a part of this series. I'm sure you remember that part. Yep, and it ends with Goku lifting them to the moon and making them go around and make rice cakes all day. It's a mythology gag thing. Like, if you're not Japanese, you probably don't really get it. I mean, I understand what it is, but still kind of, it's like a cultural thing. Now, this is the part with Pilaf. Pilaf is actually showing up. He wasn't really in the manga until he just, like, is finally this bad guy at the very end. Whereas in the anime, they bring Pilaf around and make him kind of a bit more important. It's kind of funny also, Mai's this disposable villain, even though in Super now she's kind of a character who's kind of important. Like, important other than Pilaf and Shu. And then they're there, and now they're stuck in Pilaf's fortress. Oh, they got another one of these things. Another one of these things is saying, look at all the stuff that's going on in the different copies of Jump. Oh god, I wish this was translated into English because that's so cool. I think this is saying that Super Mario Bros. 3 came out while they were doing it. I think that's, or it might be the original Super Mario Brothers. Wait, no, it is because it's 1985. So it's saying, hey, at this point, the original Super Mario Brothers came out. That is very, very cool. And you guys might also remember another color page. These color pages are basically why I got this, so I could see these things. And I know I have the art book, and the art book has these as well, but it's like, this is like the original. Like, look at that. Look at all this color that they have. It's so pretty. Oh, much color. Oh, that color. And, also, this is the best part, where, Mai makes a dirty joke, and then they start breaking the fourth wall and saying this isn't Dr. Slump. You can't make Dr. Slump humor. This is a much more dignified manga. Then it's all in black, and that's all in unlimited color at that point. And that's, look at that. That is a very nice picture of Shenlong there, just giant. They summoned the dragon. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Well, little cast shot showing their all sizes. Okay, Shenlong. There is also Shenlong. That is what Shenlong was like very first time they summoned the dragon. Going around and being Shenlong, and Oolong saving the day by wishing for the panties of a hot babe. Good times. Good times. Oolong saved the day. Good on you, Oolong. That is the most important thing you did in the entire series. Oh yeah. Also, do you guys remember the time when Goku turned into a giant monkey and everyone just wondered if it was because he was an alien or something? Yeah, that was one of the. When I get to that line, I'm going to show you it. And I know roughly when Oolong says it. There you go. Remember that time that Goku turned into a giant monkey? Yeah, that was a thing. I wonder why he did that. It's like, why giant monkey? I like this one. It's just suddenly weird. Maybe it's like they wanted to make him more like a literal Sun Wukong, so hey, let's draw Goku as a monkey. Maybe that's why it was like that. Yeah, oh crap, I went a bit too far. Alright, and he goes and he destroys Pilaf and the gang, but then he's still kind of going after everyone else and they don't know what to do, so Puar turns into scissors and cuts his tail off. Yep, and then Goku. I think it might be here where Oolong says, what is he, some kind of alien? And it's funny because that's actually what happens, but it takes another few years to tell you that. There we go. That's the last chapter of this arc. They're all nice there and happy because they're going off their separate ways eventually, and I think this is the part where Oolong says, one of the parts where Oolong asks if he's an alien. It's funny because Dragon Ball Z. And also, yeah, remember that blossoming relationship between Bulma and Yamcha? That was also a thing. Remember that? Guys, remember that? Yeah, that was something. And there we go. And we don't really care. Well, I mean, we do care. It's the end of the story. It's just none of these characters ended up being that important by the end of the story. That's just kind of how Dragon Ball ended up happening. And that's it. And then he says, let's go, Kinton, let's go to another adventure, which will be continued in Legends 2. Presumably. Oh, whoa, this concept art. I've got concept art. Oh, look at this, guys. It's like old versions of Bulma and Goku and what Toriyama was going to draw them like, and I can't read Japanese, so I can't tell you any of this. I think it's talking about the little one-shot manga that he did before he did Dragon Ball. Could have been. I don't know what this is, but it sounds really interesting. If only I could read any of it. Oh, and here we have, look at this, guys. It is advertising for everything else. You've got Dragon Ball. Look at all this other stuff. You've got, like, the other things of the manga. You've got the TV anime. You've got the video games. You've got, I don't know what that is. You've got the 30th anniversary book. Oh, I think this is just saying what's. Oh, okay. This is everything that's in the 30th anniversary book. I want to get this, but it's ridiculously expensive. Maybe I will one time actually splurge for it. And this is that Jump Ryu thing. That is something else that's like kind of how to draw. And that's the end of it. And there is some kind of like thing where I don't know what this is. And in here is a Dragon Ball Heroes card. So I could open that and get the Dragon Ball Heroes card. And there it is talking about this is the next volume. Get to have to look at the 21 First Budokai. You can get the entirety one of that is in Legend 2. And that's the end for a nice little Dragon Ball Heroes ad. And that is Dragon Ball. That is the digest edition of the manga. So that was way cooler than I thought it was going to be. That was, honestly, I think I got my money's worth, my whole $12 worth. I think I did because there's some really cool stuff in here. I know a lot of it is in Japanese, so a lot of the kind of like those fun fact things are things that I don't necessarily know. I'll have to kind of extrapolate by working out exactly what they're talking about and maybe asking some people on like the Kanzenshuu forums or something. But okay, I am very glad I bought this. I'm not going to get every single one of these, I don't think, because it's really, really cool to have the thing in Japanese, and it's also obviously completely uncensored. I didn't think about it. There's a surprising bit of censorship in the first volume, like in the English translation of the first arc of Dragon Ball, because there's a lot of dirty humor in it. So that's interesting. I didn't think about that. Now I'm actually kind of happy that I got it. So this is cool. This is really cool. I'm not going to say, guys, everyone go and get these because, first of all, this is one out of 17 or 18 of them by the end. And I don't want to expect you to buy a lot of them. And, they're huge. It's that's pretty big. And that's the first one of the shortest arcs in the series. And, something like the Freezer arc is so big that there are three of these having to cover the entire arc. So I really like this. I'm really glad I bought this, and I'm really glad I showed you guys my first impressions of this book, because I think you guys know I kind of went a bit fangirly, but it's very, very cool, and I'm really glad that I have the opportunity to buy stuff like this. It is a very important part of Dragon Ball kind of history. It is could be a collector's edition in one day if it's a limited release. I've got no idea, but that's the digest edition of the Dragon Ball manga. I think Amazon Japan and some sites like that probably do sell things. I don't know if they're completely out of stock or something like that. Maybe they might get refreshed stock later on, but when that happens, if you want to get them, you can totally do that. Meanwhile, I'm just glad I got this one. If I'm gonna get any other one, it's probably gonna be one of the Gohan Cell stuff, 1993, the whole switch of the main character thing, because it is one not only is it one of my favorite parts of the series, it's also just one of the most interesting parts of the series to me. Just how the series kind of just had this weird shift, literal shift in main character and shift in how the story was presented. It's really interesting to me, and I do want to see that. Maybe I might also get Goku first going Super Saiyan as well, because I've also heard there's a really cool poster there. So I'll see. In the meantime, I'm just glad I got this, and I'm glad I got to show it to you. So, this is Gabby signing out, and goodbye, guys.